So after that came out and Snoop put it out, what started to change?
My followers started to change.
Right. But, you know, 1 million followers doesn't equal $1 million.
1 million followers don't equal $1 million. You're right. You're definitely right.
There's no paycheck for a like.
You're right. You definitely
right.
right.
A like does not pay any bills.
It don't. It don't. Right. You're right. You're right about that. My followers started to change. My bank account started to change. The people that seen me started to change.
Okay, so how did your bank account start to change? Like, what started to happen financially?
Financially, I started. At first, it was just like I get little odd dollars, like $200-300 to do videos, and then the more followers I got, the more money I made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing what exactly?
Just promotion. People would pay you like to put like they ad in your video. So people like, all right, I want you to put this in your next video, and then they pay me for that. Or like I do stand-up comedy, so I get paid off stand-up comedy.
Okay. But you actually didn't start with stand-up comedy like a lot of
No, I just started just on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
So at what point did you say, okay, I'm actually going to take the show on the road, and I'm going to get up in front of a crowd, which is not easy?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a year ago on the 6th of this month.
Okay.
So I just started. I've only really been on tour for about a year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And because, you know, a lot of these stand-up comics that we interview, they started out doing open mics and slowly kind of built their way up.
To be honest,
you didn't have to millions though. You already had a following.
I should have did that. Because I had a rough go at it at first. I thought because I had millions of followers on Instagram, it translated to the stage.
Yeah.
I bombed like my first 2-3 shows.
How bad?
Like terrible. Like terrible. I bombed hard. Like it was
like hecklers, like get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, like I had one of those
suck.
in Chicago. I bombed in Chicago, and then I bombed again in New Orleans. And then after that, I said I ain't doing no more theaters. I'm going back to the drawing board.
Okay. Like bomb to the point where you just had to leave the stage? Like
no, I didn't bomb to the point to where they booed me off stage. I bombed to the point to where I knew they wasn't laughing, to the point I was just up there saying
dead
shit.
Silence.
Yeah,
like.
Hell yeah, it was a damn near echo in the room in New Orleans. I apologize, New Orleans. I owe y'all a show. We got it together now.
You said there was an echo in the room.
There was an echo in New Orleans for sure. No bullshit. It was an echo in there.
Okay. So how did you get better from that point? Because ultimately you got to take the blame yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's not the crowd was hating. You just weren't funny at that point.
People around me was just like, people was rushing me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me taking my own approach to it. People was like, man, you need to get on stage, I'm like, all right, cool. I got millions of followers. What can go wrong? And it went terribly wrong.
It's going to be a breeze.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought. Stand-up comedy finna be a breeze. But it wasn't. So what I did a theater in Chicago and a theater in New Orleans. After that, I started doing no more theaters, only comedy clubs. Because that was the only way I'm going to get better. So after that, I started doing only comedy clubs, no theater. I still haven't did no theaters. I did one theater in St. Louis. It was a dope show, though.
Okay. Yeah. So you started to actually get better.
Yeah, definitely.
You started to figure out your routines and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of times, you know, like comedians, like, for example, you go to a Dave Chappelle show, he doesn't want you to film. Like, you cannot turn on your cell phone at the show. They'll kick you out of that show.
Definitely.
Because, just to be honest, and I you know, I've met Dave, like, they kind of do the same show over and over again.
Right, we all do do the same. So that's why when I be at my shows, we say the same thing, no filming. Because when you go to the next city, you don't want them like, we heard that joke already. How? I ain't even been here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want people to be telling your jokes or your jokes to be getting out.
Oh yeah. Cause like when I saw Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, I'd seen most of that routine watching him live.
Right.
So it didn't have the same impact on me as someone who
who hadn't never seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
So when my people at my show, they know what I'm gonna say on stage. So that's why I be looking at my people. They don't even be laughing because they know the joke. They done heard it a million times.
Okay. Now the jail guard skit.
Yeah. Guard. Yeah, guard. That's how actually finna be a breeze. I got a 2-for-1 out of that though, cause I got guard and I got finna be a breeze all in one video. Yeah.
Okay. And it starts out with you being in jail and say this finna be a breeze, and then your cellmate ends up being
he tries to do things to me that I don't want. You want me to toot that ass up and I ain't going for it.
Right.
Yeah, so
you start talking about telling at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Cooperating with the police.
Right.
I remember at one point you said, I'll do my time in heaven.
Yeah. For real, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, and you basically just get an orange jumpsuit and stand against the wall and
yeah, but I was doing a lot of those videos in my mom's basement before I moved. I was doing a lot of them videos like in a little corner in her basement for a long time before I moved and got my own spot.
Now, what happened in you were doing a skit in Atlanta, and some racist happened, I guess?
Oh, well, no, that was in South Carolina.
South Carolina? Okay.
I was in South Carolina, and I was just shooting a guard skit, and I was outside, And I was way back in the woods. And I wasn't trying to bother nobody. I was way back in the woods, and people seen me. They was trying to get pictures, you know. And the lady that worked there, she came outside, and then she was like, "You have to leave because you're scaring the customers." So, and I wasn't. It wasn't that I felt like she was being racist. She came at me wrong. Like, she could have asked me, like, "What you doing out here?" She just literally said, "You are scaring the guests," and that's what made me mad at the time. And that's why I felt like it was racist, you know.
Okay, hold on. I just found this video. Let me pull this up real quick. I mean, I don't always play devil's advocate, but you are wearing a jail suit.
Yeah, I mean,
in front of a restaurant.
When you go back and watch certain things, you always wish you could have handled it differently. You know, I could have definitely handled it differently.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you're not exactly Jamie Foxx where everybody knows who you
Right,
are,
right.
and they're all gonna be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's just acting." Like, here's a random dude wearing a jail suit.
Yeah, I could have handled that situation differently, but at the time, like, I just was really trying to get my filming done, so it had upset me that she wasn't letting me film. Because when it comes to them videos, I take it serious.
Yeah.
But it could have been handled differently. But I still sold out that show that night in South Carolina.
Fuck it.
So it was dope.